You're watching Retirement Talk with Eric Kearney, Southwest Florida's retirement television. He's an author, a radio host, a fiduciary, and Southwest Florida's premier investment advisor. Here is Senior Investment Advisor Eric Kearney.
Hello and welcome to Retirement Talk with Eric Kearney. I'm Wendy Falk, and with me today is Eric Kearney, President and CEO of Retirement Wealth Advisors. How are you, Eric?
I'm great, Wendy. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, Eric, I know that you really take creating income seriously. So today's show is very apropos, creating income in an uncertain economy.
Right.
You know, the number one concern in retirement for people is that they're going to run out of money. We have Social Security, but most retirees need much more than Social Security. So on today's show, let's cover a number of ways to create and maintain a reliable stream of income.
Right.
First off, let's talk about strategic income strategies. Tell me how you develop strategic income strategies for your clients.
So the interesting thing about income planning is that there's not a lot of people that do it. There's not a lot of people that have been shown any kind of income plan, which blows me away. We don't want to lose the standard of living that we have, but yet there's a lot of people who are terrified about running out of money in retirement. There possibly could be two very difficult days in retirement. The one day that you know that you're going to run out of money, and the day that you actually do run out of money. So each day is just as bad, and maybe the day knowing that you are going to run out of money is probably worse, just anticipating when that's actually going to happen. So with our office, that's unacceptable to me. And so we're constantly running an income plan over and over and over again, based on market conditions, based on interest rate changes, everything. So we're developing sophisticated income strategies for people all the way up to age 100. And we had a client come in a couple weeks ago and she's like, "That's great, Eric, but my mom's 101. So we ended up running hers up to 105, which is very possible. And so what I find interesting about this year is when our clients get sick, they want a very long and thorough analysis of their health, but they don't necessarily have that with their wealth. They go in and they're like, here's my products, my tools, my investments, please fix this. And a lot of advisors are just grateful to take over your assets. That's not us. If somebody calls and says, "Hey Eric, what was your rate of return last year?" I know right away that more than likely they're not a good candidate as a client for us. We're just as picky about choosing our clients as they should be choosing us. And when we take on a client, we expect to take on that client for a lifetime. So we have to build a sustainable strategy that's going to get them from A to B, and then also get over all of the financial hurdles that can happen.
Well, Eric, you create multiple streams of income for your clients. And I'd like to take just a second and show the audience this booklet that you created. It's called Your Complete Guide to Retirement Income. You can go to Eric's website, erickearneyadvisor.com, and download this completely complimentary. I can't believe you're giving this away and it's complimentary. It's very informative. There are actually some places within the booklet that you can write down your own retirement goals and objectives in regards to what your personal goals are, your lifestyle, what your monthly expenditures are. And I would imagine this would be a great booklet or a tool for people to bring when they meet with you the first time.
There's a lot of clients that do. They're actually bringing that into us and they're saying, "Eric, I filled this out. I downloaded it from your website. Let's get to work." You know, like, I'm tired of not knowing where I am. So this is a really creative tool for them. It's letting them list out their lifestyle expenses. How much does your life cost? And basically what income planning is, we are reverse engineering how you're going to get that income from. And a lot of people have never had that done.
Well, Eric, let's get back to how you help people create multiple streams of income then.
So this is really a pretty cool way to do this. And what we're trying to do is create a strategy that if all of a sudden the markets plunge, I don't have to turn off my client's income. So we've been through some difficult markets. We've been through the tech bubble. We've been through 9/11. We've been through multiple recessions and pullbacks and corrections. We've gone through 2008. And then all of a sudden you have December of 2018, which we don't even know why the markets dropped then. And of course now you've got 2020. So the bottom line is we've been through this before, but now we can't pull out 2008's playbook. This is a completely different scene. So how we recovered in 2008 is not how we're going to recover in 2020. So we've got to come up with different streams of income that we know that we can rely on. And what I'm doing is I'm setting up several different fixed income strategies, several different income strategies, and then several different growth strategies. If the client is lucky enough, we've created a tax-free income stream for them as well. But what happens is when the markets go into their volatility, I'm able to turn off their growth portfolios and go over to the fixed income that didn't get hit. And so all of a sudden, my clients continue to be able to still take out their income, even in a very difficult market. We have clients that come into us and say, Eric, we've decided to work with you. Here's the deal. Here's my money. You know what my goals and objectives are. You know what my lifestyle is. I don't care about what the market does. You do what you do. And that's where I say, got it. But we've put them through that full financial plan that led them into the income plan. We know what their purpose is. Purpose determines placement. So where everybody else is hyper-focusing on their investments, I want to know how we're going to be able to pay for it. And I've got all these crazy markets. I've got world economies that are plunging, domestic markets that are plunging, businesses that are closing. We're printing money left and right, $8 trillion added to the deficit, right? So the problem is that we have to worry about your own income portfolio and where we're going to get that from. When people see the multiple streams of income that we're building, they sit back in the chair and they're like, Eric, I've never seen that before. No one's told me about that before. I'm not going to give away all my secrets on today's show, but I know how to build a better portfolio, and we also know how to build a better income plan. And that income plan has to take into account every single what if that could possibly happen, and we've got to be able to thrive through any market. So the biggest thing that we're doing for our clients is knowing that the markets are going to do what they do. They go up, they go down, they go sideways. We still have to provide that income for them no matter what.
And that's one of the biggest reasons people come to your Retirement Wealth Advisors. This is a very complicated process, and they need a professional to help them through this. And when the markets are as volatile as they are, people want guidance. Are you having people call you just saying, Eric, help me? People, new clients that you would be taking on.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's people that say, Eric, we saw you on TV, we heard you on the radio, we need to come in. And there's a lot of people that are coming in and they're saying, look, thanks for getting us in so soon. We really feel like we need a different direction. And so again, this year it's been very difficult. I think the common denominator is there is no communication from their current advisor. And so while these markets are plunging, nobody's at the wheel. And so that's unacceptable. The one thing is that I've been dedicated to financial planning for over 20 years now. I grew up in this business with my mom. She owned 2 tax-works offices, and I understood what it was like at a very young age to actually handle someone's money through my mom. And so I understand the awesome responsibility that we have, but we reach out to our clients. We send them updated videos straight from the office saying, look, we hear you, we're here for you, we're not running. And so we get emails all the time. We get phone calls all the time thanking us for what we're doing. Thank you so much for staying in touch. This is what clients want right now. They want accountability. They want to know that someone's at the wheel and they're actually paying attention to what's going on.
And Eric, I want to let our viewers know, Eric has offices throughout Southwest Florida. He has an office in Bonita Springs, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, and Sarasota.
Yeah.
So it's very convenient when you call in today that you can set an appointment to come in and talk with Eric and his team. I think this will be a good time to go to a break, but we want to open up the phone lines. The number's 1-800-779-1942. Eric has a wonderful complimentary offer for all of our viewers, actually the first 10 that are very serious about their retirement when they call in today. Eric, can you tell them what that is, please?
Sure. If you've never had a portfolio recovery strategy, you're looking for a written financial plan, or you're in real need of a second opinion, give us a call today. We're going to take the next 10 callers who have saved at least $500,000 for retirement. And what this will consist of is simply taking the guesswork out of financial planning. We're going to run all the reports, the fee reports, the Morningstar reports, a tax analysis, maybe a volatility analysis. Let's see where that plan takes you. Let's see where that plan leads you. Let's get you reacquainted with your portfolio, and again, without any obligation. If you're interested in your very own income plan, we'll show you proven strategies and techniques to turbocharge your retirement income. In short, we're going to take all the guesswork out of financial planning, so give us a call, 1-800-779-1942.
Please stay with us. We'll have more Creating Income in an Uncertain Economy with Eric Kearney when we come back.
What does your retirement look like? Is it filled with travel, spending time with family, uninterrupted rounds at the golf course? Or are you too worried to even think about your hopes and dreams?
Questions about your retirement are normal. So come into our office, sit down with us, and let us help you find those answers.
Eric and his team can answer your questions with a complimentary review of your retirement and income plan, and it all starts with getting to know you.
We specialize in helping people just like you prepare for the retirement that they've always dreamed of.
They'll do exactly that by going over your current strategy to expose the weaknesses that may exist in your retirement portfolio. Plus, they'll explain potential risks and possible strategies to you in easy-to-understand terms and help get you reacquainted with your portfolio and income strategy.
What I enjoy most about retirement planning is sitting down with you and having real conversations about your retirement dreams and goals.
Once they understand your retirement goals, objectives, and dreams, they'll work to custom build a retirement plan to help ensure that you cannot outlive your income in retirement.
Retirement doesn't have to be scary. Let us help you retire confidently.
Because every dream needs a plan. Call Eric today and schedule your visit. You only retire once, so let's get it right the first time.
Thanks for staying with us. We're back with Retirement Talk with Eric Kearney. Eric, before our break, we were talking about creating income in an uncertain economy. Let's continue on with that conversation. Next on the list is, how does fixed income play a role in the portfolio? Can you tell me a little bit about that, please?
So fixed income, everybody, when the markets get tumultuous, there's a lot of people that say, I want to go in bonds. But this isn't your father's bond market. And so you have anemic yields right now that are being generated in a lot of bonds and in a lot of fixed income areas. So you've got to be very delicate about where you're putting this money. And people want to make very quick decisions of where to put their money. And so when the negative thoughts start to go through our head and the world is coming to an end, there's a lot of people out there who just start to really panic. You can't do that. You have to put a strategy together. Requirements of a strategy really go, number one, you have to have an identifiable goal. Number two, a method to attain that goal. Number three, the methods and competencies to be able to sustain that strategy. So you want to have resources and the competencies to be able to get through any kind of strategy. So instead of hyper-focusing on one thing and thinking, okay, this is going to fix my problem, I can show you where it's going to actually generate 3 additional problems. So when people think that they're going to solve one big issue, it creates other issues. And the thing is that you literally have to go through the entire plan and say, what is your long-term plan? Well, I don't want to run out of money. Got it. I don't want you to either. But let's create a sustainable plan. Let's use resources. Let's make sure that we're competent in doing that and get you through this. And that's where people sit back and they're like, okay, Eric, let's do it that way. Because a lot of times our irrational decisions that we make become very financially detrimental to us down the road, and we're pointing that out to people. I'm not afraid not to take over that client's portfolio for weeks or a month. It's not going to make a big difference in the world. I would rather know all about you, your goals, your specific objectives. How are we going to get over hurdles? How are we going to give you alternative routes to get all through retirement before I take on your money? That's the last part. That's the easy part. Once I understand what you're trying to accomplish and I'm applying the competencies and I have all the resources to be able to do that because I am an independent advisor, I have a fiduciary responsibility, I have to figure out what you need first. So if you don't want to run out of money, which is the main concern for a lot of people, I've got to utilize fixed income, but I have to figure out how it plays a role in your overall portfolio.
Eric, you touched on something just a minute ago, the fact that you're an independent fiduciary advisor. Tell our viewers exactly what that means.
So everybody's looking for a fiduciary right now because based on law and license, we have to put our clients' best interest first. I also think that as an independent, we don't have any proprietary products. And so the thing is that I just have to find a sufficient retirement product or tool or investment that's going to suit your needs, that's in your best interest. So when we build up the financial plan, it's going to kick out a lot of different options. I'm not going to that client and saying, here's your portfolio. I'm going to them and I'm like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? I'm giving them options and letting them choose the options that they actually want. So the bottom line is that by being a fiduciary, by being an independent, we are at the top of the food chain when it comes to investment advisors. And that's what I really like because now all of a sudden when things get tumultuous, that's who people are seeking out.
Well, they need guidance. And again, you provide accountability to your clients. And at Retirement Wealth, I've seen how you work with people, and it's just amazing. They appreciate you, and that's why they come to you.
Yeah. This year, I mean, we have been so busy. All 4 of our offices are booked. We are slammed. But the interesting thing about this is that when all of a sudden the markets started to sour, the first thing that I did was reach out to my planning department and say, look, we need to take care of all of our current clients. The reason that we did that was we updated all of their financial plans. We updated all their income plans. We made sure that they were out of harm's way. Then once that was done, we knew that there'd be a ton of people calling us and emailing us saying, Eric, we need to come in. And that's exactly what we've seen. So my first priority is always our current clients, because when the markets start to fall apart, we know that there's a lot of people out there that are financially hurting and we're going to be busy. So I think that, again, we have to be very proactive with our clients, taking care of their needs, knowing that the door is going to be getting banged down and people are going to be coming through the front door saying, Eric, please help me. And that has rang true since day one.
Yeah. Well, Eric, it's evidenced by the clients that you have and their respect for you and the respect you have for them. Eric, next on our list, we're going to talk about dividend-paying stocks. Should those be a part of a retirement income?
Always, because what the markets do is what the markets do. They go up, they go down. But there's 3 guarantees, Wendy, that I bet you didn't know that happened.
I kind of do.
You kind of do. You've been with me long enough. So to the viewers, we're guaranteed that the market's going to go up. We're guaranteed that the market's going to go down, and we're also guaranteed that the market's going to go sideways. So when we build those multiple streams of income, and by the way, the average millionaire has 7 different streams of income, we are creating on purpose, very specifically, different streams of income. So when the markets go up, we make money. When the markets go sideways, we know that we have income that's being generated in there. And when the markets go down, we're pulling from that fixed income. This is very specifically set up on purpose to get through any kind of market. And again, in a bull market, sometimes you didn't use any of the fixed income. But all of a sudden, when the markets get tumultuous, like last December of 18, we were able to turn off our growth portfolios, go to that fixed income. There's nothing sexy about the fixed income except when the markets tank. Then all of a sudden people really appreciate it. They start to understand, okay, Eric, now I understand your way of thinking. And so when we build that custom portfolio, it's built specifically for that client's needs, and it's like having a very large diversified toolbox. We can go in there and use different tools. And oddly enough, when the markets are soaring, people are saying, why do I have this fixed income? When the markets are tanking, they're like, hey, Eric, I really like that fixed income. Okay, so it depends on what day it is in the market, whether they like or dislike anything in there. But they're understanding now, the longer that they work with me, okay, Eric, you got this. Like, I'm going to shut my mouth, right? And the thing is that we have to be responsible for that. So when they have a question, I have to be able to back it up. This is why we went into that product. And they're like, okay, I totally understand now. Because like I said, we hear it in a meeting and then we walk out the front door and we're like, that was kind of overwhelming, right? We don't want to be overwhelming, but we want to educate that client as we go, because this is a tough enough thing for a lot of people turning over their life savings to us. So we want to make sure that they understand that there is a process, we do have a strategy, and we're very capable of doing this.
Eric, I think this would be a good time to go to a break. We're going to open up the phone lines, 1-800-779-1942. Eric, we want to take the first 10 callers who are very serious about their retirement. Eric has a great offer for them. Can you tell our viewers what that is, Eric?
Sure, Wendy. So if you've ever had the need for a second opinion, if you're ever looking for a full written comprehensive financial plan, or you're in need of a portfolio recovery strategy, let's take the next 10 callers who have saved at least $500,000 for retirement. What we're going to do is we're going to run all the reports for you, the fee reports, the Morningstar reports. We're going to do a tax analysis, maybe a volatility analysis. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where that plan leads you. Let's get you reacquainted with your portfolio, and again, without any obligation. If you're interested in your very own income plan, we'll show you proven strategies and techniques to turbocharge your retirement income. In short, we want to take all the guesswork out of financial planning, so give us a call, 1-800-779-1942.
The phones are ringing. Be patient, you'll get through. We will be right back with more Retirement Talk with Eric Kearney.
What does your retirement look like? Is it filled with travel, spending time with family, uninterrupted rounds at the golf course? Or are you too worried to even think about your hopes and dreams?
Questions about your retirement are normal. So come into our office, sit down with us, and let us help you find those answers.
Eric and his team can answer your questions with a complimentary review of your retirement and income plan, and it all starts with getting to know you.
We specialize in helping people just like you prepare for the retirement that they've always dreamed of.
They'll do exactly that by going over your current strategy to expose the weaknesses that may exist in your retirement portfolio. Plus, they'll explain potential risks and possible strategies to you in easy-to-understand terms and help get you reacquainted with your portfolio and income strategy.
What I enjoy most about retirement planning is sitting down with you and having real conversations about your retirement dreams and goals.
Once they understand your retirement goals, objectives, and dreams, they'll work to custom build a retirement plan to help ensure that you cannot outlive your income in retirement.
Retirement doesn't have to be scary. Let us help you retire confidently.
Because every dream needs a plan. Call Eric today and schedule your visit. You only retire once, so let's get it right the first time.
Thanks for joining us again on Retirement Talk with Eric Kearney. Eric and I have been talking about creating income in an uncertain economy. Eric, it's been very interesting so far. You've got lots of information for our viewers. We're going to just move on down the line, and the next one we're going to talk about is adding a tax-advantaged portfolio. We've talked about taxes in retirement a lot.
Right.
So what can you tell me about adding a tax-advantaged portfolio?
So there's a lot of clients that come in and they're like, Eric, I'm in a huge taxable situation. Shame on your past advisors. And we see people that are coming in with a massive tax position and nobody told them 5, 10, or even 15 years ago, hey, look, you're going to be in a highly taxable situation. You need to correct that right now. Unfortunately, there's a lot of advisors out there that don't want to do tax planning. They don't know how. They don't want the liability of it, or their company does not allow it. And people don't realize how limited some advisors in this profession are of applying resources to their clients. They don't realize, I didn't know that you couldn't offer that to me. So when they come into us, they're like, Eric, I had no idea. You know, I've been dealing with this person. I like them. I trust them. You know, we've said that before. Mm-hmm. I like and trust my barber too, right? But people are realizing, maybe I've graduated from my advisor's capabilities. Maybe I've graduated from his how many different products he offers or don't offer for that matter. And so by minimizing your taxes, you're typically usually boosting your actual income because you're paying less in taxes. When it comes to tax planning, you need two things, time and money. And a lot of times by the time the people come into me, they don't have enough time to really create a sustainable strategy. And so I kind of tell them that right off the bat. I'm like, that ship has kind of sailed. We can do some other things for, generational wealth transfer, but, for you, that's going to kind of be an issue, which leads to another problem. Because remember, I said earlier, a lot of people want to go into one product. Typically, that creates other problems. When all of a sudden you're in a highly taxable situation, now you actually have to have a higher rate of return so that you don't deteriorate the principal of your portfolio. And so now all of a sudden we have to take on more risk for that client to pay for the higher taxes that they're in. And believe it or not, Wendy, it's actually very stressful to that client. And so there's a lot of people that are hyper-focusing on tax planning now, especially with the Secure Act that's coming down the pike. So right now with the Secure Act, we were talking about that 6 months before it even came into fruition. But essentially what's happening is the stretch IRA is going to be a thing of the past. The one caveat of the whole Secure Act that a lot of people don't realize is that the stretch IRA is going to go away. And this is a really big deal because for years, I've had baby boomers say to me, they call in after my radio show or the TV show, Eric, I'm convinced that the government is going to steal my 401k. And so now all of a sudden we're seeing, okay, they're not going to steal your 401k, but they're going to tax the hell out of it. So that's something that we got to pay attention to.
Eric, this is something I want to ask you because I know a lot of it's sort of a newer term for me at least, sequence of returns. How do you explain that to your clients, and can you explain that to our viewers right now?
Sequence of returns risk is just another risk that we have to be careful of. It's how you're withdrawing your monies from your accounts and which accounts are being drawn from. There's a lot of advisors that understand accumulation, not a lot of advisors that understand decumulation, so you got to be careful.
Well, and another thing that we've discussed on numerous shows, when you're creating income in this uncertain economy and creating income at any time, withdrawing income from appreciated assets only.
Yeah.
How do you do that for people?
You got to withdraw from appreciated assets, otherwise you're going to start depleting that portfolio. So super critical to be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, Eric has, before we were talking, you have offices in 4 places in Southwest Florida: Bonita Springs, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, and Sarasota. It's very convenient. He can meet you at any of those offices, anyone that's closest to your home. Eric and his team would be happy to meet you there. We're going to open up the phone lines one last time before the show is finished. Eric has a wonderful offer to the first 10 callers who are really serious about their retirement. Eric, can you tell our callers about that, please?
Yeah, give us a call, 1-800-779-1942. We'll take your call right now.
We want to thank you so much for watching today. Remember, you only retire once, so let's get it right the first time. Have a great week and an even better retirement.